Welcome everyone back to another Super Summer Slam tournament. I have here with me the Sassy Pig, former barbecue expert. Sassy, what's
What's
good?
going on, guys? It's I don't think I can barbecue today, Rolf, because it's starting to feel like Christmas, and the winner of this tournament's gonna go home with a big bag of goodies.
This is my favorite kind of Christmas. The winner takes all. You
Yeah,
know
we
what?
have
We've all had those Christmases where you're like sitting around the Christmas tree and your sibling gets like the best present ever, right? Like your
yep.
family just your mom and dad gifted them something really good and you got socks. But anyway, let's let them know they can get started. Oh my
Definitely. We're
goodness.
starting here with Fever and Gucci over on the blue side versus Get Clipped On, that's Enforcer and Scary in the orange team.
Yeah, we're starting off hot. This already is going to be a really good matchup. We've got Hoops veterans going against each other, former teammates as well. I do like how they kind of keep switching it up every week. You know, it's a little bit of a different combination. And already, 5 seconds in, we've got the rudest form of play. Enforcer just shuts down in Fever from the back wall. Poor Fever.
Now that's getting started with a bang. Wow.
It's so simple, but it's unbelievably effective. Just flying in after for a bump. Your opponent has to assume that you're going to hit the ball, but if you just go right around it and smack them down, what can they do?
Yeah.
Enforcer?
Get really good at matrixing.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, Scary with the double touch. It's going to give him a little bit of an advantage. See if he can set it back to Enforcer. GucciDane from the backboard is going to be sending that one all the way back. Enforcer with a little bit of a risky touch there. At least he got something, but probably not what he was expecting. Here's Scary with the shot. He's going to go for the double tap. Going to be blocked away by GucciDane. Fever next, looking for the ground or the wall to air. Goes just barely above the rim, but it's blocked away by Enforcer. Enforcer had that completely covered. Now up the corner wall. GucciDane with the block, going a little too high for that. Scary almost cheated it underneath him. Now Fever almost had the lift up for Dane. Dane's going to pop that one into the sky. And Enforcer's going to clear that one away to safety. No double touch from him. Fever's going to cover the inside of the net. Trying to get around Scary. Fever gets a demo. Let's see if Scary can do this alone. Completely solo right to the front of the net. GucciDane's going to have to save off the rim, bouncing it back to Fever. And Dane pushes it forward. Fever with the pass. Dane couldn't quite get in front of it in time. That's always a heartbreaker. Now, Dane up the back wall. No way around Scary. Back out to Fever. Fever's looking for the pass over to the ceiling. Forcer's going to have just a single touch. These players are playing lightning fast right now, not giving their opponents even a moment to spare. That lift up from the Forcer is not going to be good enough as Fever kicks it out from the back wall. Double touch from him, but Scary's going to find him and get a block onto Dane as well. Now it's up to Fever for the clear. Nice bop there from GucciDane. Enforcer knew it was coming. He already backed off. Big clear from Scary. GucciDane needs to watch for his life. If Enforcer can get this pass off, that's great. But he didn't have the boost for it. Scary was right behind him expecting something. Here's Dane with the shot. No
trouble.
defense left. GucciDane with the goal. I think on the way back, was that Enforcer? No, it was Scary that was just completely drained to boost.
Yeah, Scary had no boost, and he was on the opponent's backboard. Meanwhile, Enforcer just barely getting under that, leaving an open net for Gucci. A well-placed shot for him to take that down. 1-1 now the score.
Yeah, that was a really hard-fought 2 minutes after the first really depressing goal that only took 5 seconds. Straight up to the ceiling. Scary, oh, he's so rimmed. I think that was a double rimming, once from Enforcer and then the second time from Scary. Oh, jeez, Scary is just banged around all over the place. They just could not deal with their own rim. But what a read from Fever, though.
Yeah, that's great play.
He read the bounce straight up from the rim and just shut it straight down. Scary knew he had to get the block on, but it's really tough to just narrowly avoid the rim without having it clip your car in any way. Dane trying to make the angles work. Scary's going to be on the backboard with the reset. Not much he can do with that. Now off the net. Scary's going to lift it up. This could be dangerous for him. So Enforcer's going to have to guard this next one. The double touch from GucciDane. The triple!
Oh, triple touch!
I think even Scary had a good position to block him here.
Yeah, it looked like he had a little touch on the ball, but Gucci just too fast. And Enforcer playing right in the front of the rim. I don't know about that defensive situation for him. Maybe he thought Scary's going to have an easy clear there.
he has to
close,
trust
though.
He has to trust that scæry has something there, right? And if he goes after it, then he's double committing, and then maybe they wouldn't be ready for Fever coming after that.
But Gucci just closes down the house there. No saving it.
Ooh, disaster! Yeah, that both Enforcer and scæry up for that makes it kind of terrifying if you're the defense, because either one of them could hit it, and that completely changes the game plan.
Do you see how Enforcer put so much pressure on the scæry to hit that air dribble? He went onto the opponent's backboard just as you were saying it. They're overcommitting on offense a little bit. Looking for any goals. 1 minute, you got to do some dire.
scæry with another double.
Well placed.
Okay, this is the third or fourth attempt we've seen from him this game. I feel like even most, like 90% of Hoops veterans that would be at this level, they don't attempt this many double taps, but it's just so effective that it's surprising we don't see it more often. scæry, though, I mean, I feel like he's nailed it every time and has had to deal with a defender, but if he can keep that up, it's forcing the defense to have some boosted to respond to it.
Oh.
And Enforcer just carries it all the way back, and now we're tied up again.
Yeah, and also about scæry doing the double taps, he's putting it really well to places where the backboard defenders are not.
That's key.
You could see in the past couple of them, he's been going super high on his shots, giving him a little bit of extra room to navigate up there, but then you got to worry about boost management.
There was a friendship chance, but both teams well-versed in the friendship kickoff. Over to the sidewall. scæry's got it sent absolutely cross, but Fever is prepared. Goes around Fever. Enforcer's going to take his time for this one to set it up. Tries to lift it to the very front of the net, but GucciDane on the backboard has just enough reach for it. Once again, scæry finds himself all alone on offense as Enforcer was demoed. So Enforcer all the way back, has the lift. Fever doesn't have the clear, though. Look at that goal swing. It was 3-1, and now we got a 3-point goal swing for Get Clipped On. That's going to put them in the lead, and that is huge. So Fever had to deal with his own transition where the floor meets the wall. And if he jumped a little bit too soon, and he probably did there, it sucks his jump and flips his car over.
Yeah. That's just how dangerous some of those floating shots can be, though. It was nice of them to take advantage of that while they could.
I think if given the choice between a floating shot straight to the front of the rim and an absolute banger all the way to the backboard before it goes in, I think the floating shot is almost always king. If you can, accurately put it at the front of the net.
Position.
It's just
while putting a shot on. Yeah, it's just great.
Everyone's default is to just always camp the backboard, and if you force them out, if it's not a good shot, it will also wind up having some pretty good follow-up attempts, possibly if you're forcing your opponent off the backboard. But if they just get a bang clear,
rotations out.
There's another double touch from scæry, right to the corner.
So clean.
He really is. He's got it figured out now, and he can do this so smoothly every time. He's just so accurate every single touch with the corner of his car.
Wow.
This is going to be his bread and butter, I have a feeling. If he can continue to do this, even against the highest level teams, I think he's going to have a really solid time trying to score.
Yeah, I wonder if a more defensive-based team rotating really well on the back wall will be able to handle him a little bit better. Seems like he, again, just keeps touching it to where the opponents are not on that first touch, so he can go up and follow it with tons of boost.
Get clipped on.
Ball goes down.
Yeah, 4 goals straight in a row. Within the last 2 minutes, too. That was absolutely wild.
Yeah, I'm sure Gucci and Fever are mildly upset at themselves. I'm sure they thought maybe they didn't have to hold on as hard, but Enforcer and scæry just would not let off the gas there, pushing them ahead. Lots of goals. No, they have 2 more games if they want to try to make a comeback for Fever and Gucci there.
All right, game number 2. I guess the point I was trying to make last game is that if you hit the ball to the backboard where your opponent is ready, they're going to bang clear it all the way back to your half, right? So it's about thinking a step or 2 ahead a lot of the times. And when you see scæry going for these double taps, oh no, Fever isn't moving. Oh, it's because, I see. He's here, but... All right, let's remake.
Really quick remake.
Yeah.
Thanks for bearing with us, everybody.
Oh, yeah, you're the leader. But, so, you want to hit the ball where your opponent isn't going to have the response that they want, right? Every single time you're on the ball, your opponents are preparing for what they think you're going to do with it. And if you play right into their hands, you could give them a really big advantage. That includes shooting the ball really, really hard off the backboard where they're lying in wait, because they can send it right back to your half, and then suddenly, if you had to go really high for it, you're way out of position. It's a 2v1 against your teammate. That's always a dangerous prospect. But if you can slow it down, get the ball lobbed up just a little bit in front of the net, if someone's on the backboard, they might really have to stretch for it, and they don't get to clear it the way they want to, and that means your offense can continue.
Exactly, yeah. They're not going to get a banging clear to your goal just coming from the sides. Like, it's just not possible, and there's not enough room if it's pretty close to the transition, like you said. He's going to have an awkward jump off the back. There's no way he can slam it and have a goal attempt. So, yeah, going slow could be the way to go, except for scæry's double touches. It's a good changeup, you know.
I do have some extra intel. GucciDane yesterday, in order to play a 1v1 on stream, he had to move over to his girlfriend's house because his internet died. He went over to his friend's house, already had a setup, and his internet was down.
No.
Yeah. So, man, something is really going on in his area. But he is still at his girlfriend's house. Because
hopefully she supports him. I know she'll be cheering him on. Big morale boost.
Not like his internet service provider. They're giving him no support. scæry. GucciDane off the backboard. Interesting aerial maneuver from him. He tried to double tap it, but now it's going to be up to Fever to get that. He narrowly avoids the rim with that maneuver, but unfortunately gives it right back over to scæry, who is lying in wait. Maybe a little bit of an overcommit there from GucciDane, but I feel like he had to do it. The 50 was just not in the cards for him, though.
Yeah. He did, maybe if he just used less boost and came down as soon as he can and stuff, he tried to follow it up and get maybe a flip reset under it, just didn't have the boost, and when it was all expended, he was left alone on the opponent's side of the court.
Yeah, but that's
no
like
defense could be played.
That's like that good educational maneuver we were talking about, that lesson. Oh, their Fever just cheats it over.
Shot.
But you know, if your opponent has to stretch for a save, you could potentially have a follow-up to score it if they don't know where your teammate is or something like that. But that was a really sneaky corner maneuver there from Fever, chipping it right around one defender, and the other one wasn't quite prepared for the shot yet, and it was so low.
Yeah.
Wall play from Enforcer. Chasing it now, looking for the 50 next. Dane going to clear that one away. scæry goes up for it, but drops back down, giving the shot to Fever, and Enforcer's in huge trouble if Fever can get that read. So, those are some of the hardest reads, though.
This is tough.
Oh, almost toilet bowls out. Just deflecting off of the rim. That's a rim deflection, first one way, then the other. Dane, no touch from him. It's going to be up to Fever then. And Fever has completely missed the boost in the corner. scæry's popped it up for Enforcer, and he just needs to shut it down, and there it is. An excellent dunk.
So risky by Gucci here, going for a kill instead. Misses scæry, takes the boost, but Enforcer on the back wall, just ready for it. All he needed was a lob, and he had all the room to take that one home.
He had the entire backboard available to him.
Yeah.
And he had boost to go with it as well. I mean, we often see these like backboard plays being made by someone with zero boost because they just made an aerial play to get a backboard pass, and then they go for the, like, it's kind of like a give and go. Like, they're looking for the pass afterwards. But as a consequence, you often don't have any boost, so your teammate needs to be really accurate when they're passing it to you on the backboard.
Yep.
I don't think Enforcer has the boost for this. Creative use of the backboard by GucciDane, though. You can get extra clearance if you hit it behind you sometimes. It is a little risky, though. Off the ceiling. It's going to be off of the rim, but scæry puts it into the corner instead. That gives it right back to GucciDane. His shot goes a little high. Pass back to Fever. The waterfall straight in, but scæry reads it perfectly. What a read. Enforcer next. Pinch. Good. Fever's taken all the way back, making sure to collect the boost on the way there. Around the corner. Enforcer's lifted it up, narrowly avoiding his own net there. scæry jumps, goes right past him. GucciDane's going to be on it next. No, he can't read the corner. Couldn't get there in time. Here's scæry trying to redirect it to the net, an impossible angle. He's going to need to be ready on defense next as Fever has taken the shot from the sidewall. Can he line up the angle? That was a good attempt.
Oh!
Wait a second. It's not over yet. scæry clearing that one to safety at long last. And he does have the shot. Ooh. The defense, I guess, just wasted a little bit too much boost there. I think Fever could have still made it an attempt. Oh, I see. He tried to go early, and Scary goes just a little bit too high for Fever. But
exactly right.
Certainly, I mean, we've said this many times, especially against Scary and Enforcer, is like, you can't let them have a moment's notice. I mean, you can't let them just have the ball and dribble it wherever they want, because they can do some astounding things with it. If you let them get over your own net, then the chances of them scoring go much, much higher. So Fever wants to challenge Scary as much and as fast as possible, but if he's not exactly facing Scary in the direction that Scary wants to be going towards the net, then it's going to be really difficult to swat it away from his hands.
Yeah.
Forcer. Ceiling. What can you do with this? Almost. He gets it around Dane, but Fever also was in on that play. Scary next. Pinch. Flip reset will keep that one over to the side. Here's Fever lifting it up. Scary's going to have to get this save. He swats it away to the corner. Next up is going to be Enforcer. Tries to dribble it around one. Gets it past one, the 50. Not going to be good enough as GucciDane clears it all the way back into Scary's corner. Scary comes off of the backboard, but this seemingly a pass for Fever. Scary was prepared for it. I like that backboard usage. It's a pinch from Enforcer, but they're having a lot of trouble keeping it out of their half. However, their defense is holding, and we got a Fever. They are slowly running out of time. With only a minute left in the game, to score 2 against this team, get clipped on, is going to be really tough, but that might be the right answer. Start demoing them. Open the defense up.
Oh, great batting away by Scary there. They're doing so well on defense right now, just clearing everything away.
A pass from Fever.
And Gucci just looking for a chance to crack.
Yeah, I think that they just lost their moment because Enforcer and Scary both cheated up a little bit too far and they were low on boost, trying to get one last goal. Here's the lift from Scary. He's got maybe one more touch, but Fever's going to dribble it away from there. This could be their chance as it lifts up. No one is in that corner. Both Enforcer and Scary have the easy clear. Now a pass to Fever, and it's just past him. Scary next, finding Enforcer. Can he redirect it to the net? There's the shot. Deflected away by the defense, but now they're all out of time. Get clipped on. Going to be taking the winners quarterfinals. Really, really good games. Still pretty close. I mean, 5-3, then 2-1. So it might not be the end for We Got a Fever, Icy Drip, something, longest name I've ever seen.
We got a Fever from a Icy Gucci Drip.
Of course.
Yeah, they did definitely put up a good fight there. Even in the first game, they had a lead for about half the game until Get Clipped On just turned on the lights and started driving.
Indeed. Let's take a look at the bracket and see who we got next.